Once again, welcome back. It's your friend, it's your family, Tru Streatz with Tru Streatz, the could have been a pastor. I am the hood guru. How everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody doing good. For some reason, I'm hearing some type of echo. Straighten this out. All right, now, once again, back in the house on this dreary night, but the earth needs to take a bath too, so need to clean some of this filth down, you know what I'm saying, to get some of this stuff out the air. But anyway, tonight I'm talking about dire times. You know, the straight dire times. Look at what's going on in the world today. The news, Ukraine, Russia, China here, amongst this pandemic. And you would think that Russia doesn't even care about a pandemic for the fact that they're sending all their people into war right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm like, I feel sorry for the people in Ukraine. I feel sorry for the lives that may be lost or whatever. And once again, United States is in the mix of it. Whether, they're trying to help or stop things so Ukraine won't be totally invaded. But, you know, will it spill over into that ultimate war everybody's been crying about for so many years? That could help happen, when Russia and United States wind up going head to head after all is said and done. Or will China play a role or somebody else play a role, you know what I'm saying? So I don't see where we have a winning stage, you know what I'm saying? Where we have a winning this, And then amongst all that, here in the United States, so many of us people of color are waking up and saying that we the ones who was here first. We didn't come from Africa and so forth. And so many people out there in disbelief still believing the ways that was put over their eyes instead of believing the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because like they say, the truth always comes to light. Get it, the light. And then you say, I've been thinking. And then I've been doing some reading and some video searching and stuff about gold, you know. The properties of gold, what does it do for the human or to the human? Remember this old story, King Midas wound up catching gold fever and, turned everybody into gold and everything, becoming greedy and wound up turning his daughter into gold. So yeah, do you notice more and more the rich eating gold? So it's got to be a significance in it. They don't do things for nothing. It's like they exclude us from things, but they take joy in it, or they take part in certain parties and certain things. Then even down to these people getting put in jail. I've been reading and like, for instance, all these rules that we abide by, who made all these rules? Sure, we hear about the up-to-date ones, but when it initially went down, who made all these unseen rules about who can marry who can talk to who can do what, who can live where? All these imaginary lines, who made them? And for what reason did they make them? And the reason I'm coming upon this is because that all the stuff that they got these rules in place for us not to do, they're doing behind closed doors. Even from how we supposed to act, how we supposed to drive, how we supposed to do business, how we supposed to live in the community, or how we should condone ourselves in our relationships, or even though how we should even get married, or put stipulations whereas though in other countries, even in good old England, marriages are arranged still. Marriages are of age and of underage people, and even the queen herself. So, when it comes down to things like that right there, all these, like, for instance, if you get caught with an underage person now, you're going to jail. And to me, I feel as though you should go to jail. But I've been taught these new ways. I haven't been taught the old ways. Old ways, like even when my mother was young, they was getting married way before 18. And they had families and they ran businesses and, and did farm work and all kind of stuff. Whereas though kids these days are just playing a game, trying to get a vape pen from a teacher or how you say, a parent giving kids vape pens for sexual favors and all kind of stuff, and people of color still being shot down in the street on top of that. Plus the pandemic. Plus this crazy weather. All these snowstorms hitting places that don't normally get snow. Birds dropping out the sky. Shit in the water blowing up. Volcanoes erupting. Boats getting missing. Planes crashing. I mean, like, what the hell? Shit. People protested. People going to war. I mean, like, it's just like it's a never ending story. It just keeps going on and on and on and on. When will we have a time to breathe? I mean, all these years, people been saying that they're going to stand up. They're not going to the next war. They're not going to do this. They're not going to do that. Everything that y'all keep saying y'all not going to do, y'all do. Which goes back to me saying, everything that happens to us, we bring on ourselves. Everything. We allow it to happen. We take part in it. We celebrate it in it even. And for the majority of it, when things go down, the first thing goes through your head is, I'm glad it ain't me. Well, it ain't me. I ain't getting bombed. I ain't losing family members over that. I ain't sick. I ain't lost a job. I don't worry about bills. I don't. It ain't me. It ain't me. It ain't me. For everything. We are like the most selfish of peoples. We condone one thing and turn our heads to another, which wrong is wrong, and which eye you look at it, which way you look at it, which level it is or whatever. Wrong is still wrong. Right is still right. We pick and choose which part of right that we call right and which part of wrong that we think is wrong. But yet it's still the same. But yet we still refuse to believe that we're doing all this, that this is all our doing. All these wars, this food, this gas prices, these rent prices, these protesters, we've done all this to ourselves. For the majority of us, it was greed. And that's what's going on with all of this. It's just greed. People wanting more and more and more instead of being thankful for what they have on their plate. You know what I'm saying? Instead of always eating with your eyes and not with your mind and not with your stomach. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the eyes see so much, so you got to pile on so much. Till you got a mountain on your plate and you can't eat it. A couple of bites in, you probably already starting to get full, but you continue to put more on your plate. It is like this world is a buffet and nobody wants to be full. Nobody wants to get their portion. and be satisfied. Nobody wants to throw in their cards and say, I'm done. This is it. This is enough for me right here. Gotta get a little bit more. Just gotta get a little bit more. And then you out there. So now you thinking, okay, what when you get all of this, we all strive for happiness. We swear money is the root of happiness. Others swear money is the root of evil. Others claim money ain't even real. It's not even in existence until you get credit on it and you put it into existence. Until you take and get that withdrawal, that money ain't real. That most some eyes, should I say. And it goes through your hands just as quick as water does. But yet, we barter, we put all our chips on the table for the wrong things to get ahead in life and to be successful. We step on people, we crush heads, we commit unthoughtful sins, you know what I'm saying, and crimes just to get ahead. Don't care about who we hurt just to get to where we want to be. Don't care about who we kick to the side, whether it be family, loved ones, wife, kids, job, best friends, it doesn't matter. We are so unselfish. We're not even in tune with the earth. Nobody can listen to a tree these days and tell you how the tree is feeling. Nobody listens to the sound of the wind brushing across the grass. We are different people than our parents and our grandparents and their parents before them. And then, for one thing, we come to find out between between a certain amount of generation gap, they threw a wool over our heads. Convinced us that we were people that we were never. Convinced us that we lived in places that we were never. We never existed there. We never inhabited it there. We never came from there. Just like I said before, and I say it again. Before the movie Roots came out, I knew nothing about slavery, boats, or anything. It was not spoken about. Once that movie came out, it seemed like it was the first pandemic. Everybody and their mama talked about it. But I remember when such and such said this and such and such said that, but before that, was no such and such. I mean, sure, how can I say it? Sure, I've seen the prejudice acts that went along with the stories, you know what I'm saying? But far as in that time, we was all like, when I was in New Jersey, school, I don't remember seeing no white kids in none of the classes or the schools that I went to. I remember the shikis, I remember head rags and head dresses. I remember them bringing animals and stuff to class. But I never remember little Tommy in the classroom with us. Although I had, white people in my family, like my Aunt Edie, my cousins, couple cousins, you know what I'm saying? So that was there, but they didn't even act racist, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's because of the fact they was always around or they wasn't. But once Roots came out, you started hearing all kind of racist crap, going down. Now, don't get me wrong, I heard of killings, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. But it was because, how can I say? It was because mafia related shit, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, killings or people in the hood getting robbed or stuff like that right there. But it was never a racial thing. And now you hear about more racial stuff in the last 20 years. Well, yeah, I say about the last 20 years than I have in the first half of my life. Until besides the time when I got spit in my face. And I couldn't do nothing about that, but I was still about to be in my 20s at that age. It wasn't like I was a kid anymore. And then that was in the, I wouldn't even thought that would have happened where it happened at. And that's when I was living in DC and shit at that time. But anyway, when it comes down to the way things is going, this is a hateful planet at the moment. Everybody's hating on everybody. There's little love here. And I think that's why everybody's hating, because it's so much dark in the air right now. So much plotting against everybody. It's suffocating the love out. You know what I'm saying? And when it's suffocating the love out, the energy is being turned darker where it should be beaming light. And so that may be the state they're trying to keep everybody in, or it may not be. I do not know. You know, that's why I have these talks. And I ask you once again, you know, if you feel like you need to comment, or you feel like I'm saying something that you don't agree with, or you do agree with, hit them comments up, hit the likes, subscribes up, let YouTube know, you know what I'm saying? If not, just hit my DMs, hit me on the other platforms. I truly would like to know how many people out there think like I think. But once again, another reason I have these talks, because I have kids. And I truly want to see some grandkids out of this thing. You know, I want to get to that point where as though I can sit back and, you know, do the happy grandparent thing. The thing that you work so hard for to do, you know, to accomplish out of life. So once again, this is Tru Streatz from Tru Streatz. I could have been a pastor. I am the hood guru. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. So once again, for the people who know me, I'm about to get up out of here, but y'all keep smiling. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody take that smile away from you, because remember, Yahweh gave y'all that smile. No one deserves to take that they ain't give to you. For the ones who know me, and for the ones who don't, when I look my head to the right, you already know what time it is.